Where do you stand on gamification of data? It's an interesting way to change culture without actually changing, without the leadership getting involved, is kind of or indirectly involved by creating the gamification. You have that culture of drive and improvement, and
Yep.
I'm firmly a believer that 80% of the problems or 80% of the solutions on the shop floor are sitting in operators and technicians' minds. It's just not being extracted correctly because of leadership and culture. And if you can create gamification, you're autonomously getting technicians and operators or line workers to be able to apply their minds to solve the particular problem autonomously. So I'm a
Mhm.
big fan of gamification. I've seen it work proactive or well, and I've seen it work in the wrong direction, where sometimes if it's adopted incorrectly, it's viewed as Big Brother or a whip kind of thing.
Yep.
Again, that comes down to leadership, the way they use the data effectively. So rather
Right.
with the wins and the celebrations, like you spoke about, as opposed to the whip.
Um, I don't know if you're a science fiction or Star Wars fan, but in the first season of Andor, they had the guys working in the prison,
Yep.
and they essentially turned it into a game, right? A very sadistic game, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had gamified the result there. So you
Yep.
don't want to gamify things in that way.
No.
You want to have it be a positive celebration of good performance and so forth,
Yep.
as part of that gamification. I think that, as you say, it can be done incorrectly, though.
Yeah. I've always believed that in an organization, and I've been fortunate to travel around the world and look at different cultures and different organizations, at least 80 to 90% of people in that organization want it to be better. They
Yeah.
just don't know how. There's always going to be a 10% of bad apples. Um, and technology can actually help you identify those bad apples quite quickly. But if you make the assumption that 90% of the organization wants the organization to be better for themselves as well as the greater good, and then applying gamification to concepts can really be a step change for an organization.
Yep. Yeah. Just like with anything else, if you treat people with respect and kind of assume that they're trying to do the right thing,
Yeah,
the vast majority of the time you'll be rewarded for with better performance and everything else.
yeah, absolutely.